Welcome back to Toronto Fan Finn for the weekly update. This week, the Toronto Maple Leafs have played 3 games, 2 against the Detroit Red Wings and 1 against the Nashville Predators. In other news, the Toronto Raptors also played a preseason game against the Boston Celtics and surprisingly won. It was pretty crazy to watch and it was very interesting. It seemed like it was a good game. It was a very close game, but glad to see that the Raptors have been having a good success so far. They will also play the Celtics again tomorrow. And finally, the Toronto Blue Jays played the first 2 games of the ALCS against the Seattle Mariners at home in Toronto at the Skydome and lost. Well, first, we'll get into the Jays situation. Am I surprised? Of course. Did I say they were going to win the second game in the ALCS after that very close loss in the first game? Also, yes. Do I still believe in the Toronto Blue Jays? I always will. No matter how much they choke or how much they lose, and even if they do lose the ALCS, I will still believe in the team. That's my team. I got a whole flag behind me. I'm dedicated to the team, I think the Blue Jays did a good job defensively in the first game. It was a close game. They just need to work on getting the hit offensively. They need to at least drive it. It's all pop flies. I don't know if they're swing or they got too much time off. It could be a situation of kind of the all-star break kind of thing, where a team could be doing so good before and then just choke right after. It's just really a shame to watch that. And, I think it's very unfortunate. Because this is coming from the same team also that swept the Mariners earlier this year. In Seattle, too, mind you. It could be a reverse situation of that, where the next 3 games are going to be in Seattle starting tomorrow, and the Toronto Blue Jays could very well get 3 up on them. It's just, I really don't want to see the Jays, not now, not after a big season, coming off a great ALDS, to just lose just like that. It makes me as sad as when the 2015 and the 2016 Blue Jays just couldn't get it. It's just a really sad situation, and I hope they can kind of get their act together. I guess we'll just see it. Springer, he hit a home run first pitch of the game, and he now has more postseason home runs than Derek Jeter himself. Like, how incredible is that? But yeah, I'm kind of distracting myself with that. But I guess let's talk the stats. The Jays hold the record for the most comeback wins in this season, and in that regard, I hope that they can kind of accomplish this in the series. 3 out of 28 teams come back from this kind of thing. It's a really weird statistic, and it's an odd number, but that's kind of the number I found, and it also said it was like an 11% chance that the Jays can make a comeback out of this and make it to the World Series. I hope that they can do that, though. I think personally it comes from a place where, I don't know what I'd do if they won, but I think it would just be a really amazing thing to see it, because I've never seen it with this team. Their last World Series was in 1993. I saw it close in 2015 and 2016. It's been 10 years since the bat flip game. I watched that live on TV with my parents in our living room in Toronto. It's just amazing. I think that, yeah, it would be really neat. The 2015 Jays, they lost in the ALCS, but they did come back from a 2-0 deficit lost in Game 7. It was really sad, tragedy, but they could still come back from that. And I think that this team, if anything, is better than that team just by a bit. As because I mean Jose Bautista, he never won a World Series, but he's my favorite player of all time. And even I think that this team is slightly better than his team, which is kind of hard for me to get out. But it may be because it's in the moment. But I think I believe it. But maybe that's just me. You know. You know. Let's talk the Leafs. The Leafs are certifiably buns when we played the Red Wings. Let's just get that out of the way. I mean, it's just really sad to watch. I feel like I've been using expressions like that where it bums me out. It's sad to watch. It's hard to watch, because that's what's been going on. I mean, it feels like there's such big highs with Toronto sports, but there's such low lows. Low lows. I mean, it begs to differ. What's going on with the whole of the Toronto Maple Leafs? I mean, why are they doing like that? They're letting in a lot of goals here. I mean, it's just, it feels like, I don't know if it surely couldn't be an offensive issue. I mean, their team offensively it just seems great, I mean, defensively, they're lacking a bit from last year, but the goaltending, like what's going on with Stolarz? I just can't believe it. I think as much as it pains me, it is the goaltending, where I think that, tonight against the Preds just kind of shows how, also the first game against the Red Wings shows how just the goaltending, it just felt like it was lacking something, because, it just, watching, it was just, it'd be tie game, Leafs are up, oh, but the Preds are catching up, and it was just until the third period when it got crazy, where it was Austin Matthews scores a goal, then the Preds score a goal, then Austin Matthews again, then somebody else on the Preds, and then it was William Nylander. Like, it was back and forth. And this just went into the last minute. And it's honestly, again, another expression I think I use, scary. It's just scary. I think, yeah, with the absence of Wall, it's my Wonder Wall. He's such a lively guy. But it's just like, I'm praying for his family and all, and it's just, I don't know when he's going to be back, and I feel like that might be the saving grace is when he comes back. I wish him all the time in the world to heal or whatever he's going through, because obviously it's his privacy, but they haven't shared any information, and that's just fine, it's just, but I think, team-wise, yeah, it's going to be great when he comes back, I mean, then, yeah, on the offensive side, I mean, it feels like people are blaming it on the absence of Marner, though. Like, Marner? It feels like the team's doing great offensively, like with Jake McCabe, Bobby McMahon, they're stellar now. I mean, you see their names lining up quite a bit more. And you got John Tavares. He's just such a good leader, even though he's not captain anymore. He's taking the pay cuts for the team. You always see him on that assist. He's just that good. And then you got Austin Matthews, who seems to be kind of getting in the groove again after his injury last season. And then Willie Styles, of course. I mean, I could go on, I could glaze or whatever, but yeah, and I just think that's pretty much all I have to say about that, though. So I guess have a great night, and I'll see you next week for the next weekly update.